Hi, everyone. It's your teacher, Kat, again. Welcome and welcome back. Today, I'm just going to do a bit of a short video. I'm a bit tired today. Last night, my mum was taken to hospital. She was having trouble breathing. It was really scary. She's 91 years old, but it's okay. She's home now. I picked her up this morning. I got her a nice cappuccino and a cake from the cafe, and she's home and happy. So, all good, but I am still really tired. I had, luckily enough, my brother was with her at the hospital, so I did manage to get some sleep, but it was difficult to sleep knowing that she was not well. Anyway, I thought I'd come on today and touch base and maybe just do some random questions, our question wheel. So let's have a look at the first question for today. The first question is, what's one place you traveled to that you'd never go back to? Never say never, but in 1983 and 1984, I went to Bali. And as much as I loved it at the time, I don't think I would go back now. It's so different now. When I went, it was pretty popular with Australian tourists. And so there were quite a lot of Aussies around. But from what I hear now, most of Bali is owned by Australians. The bars, the resorts, the restaurants. I think that spoils it for me. I prefer to remember it how it was when I was there with the local people and knowing that your money was going to the local community. Now, if my money's just going to Australians, I don't think so. And I think I would be a little disappointed. It's very full of tourists and a lot of young people go there pretty much just to get into trouble. I'm too old for that now. Let's spin the wheel for the next question. The next question says, what's the worst movie you've ever seen? I don't know. But I know I don't like horror movies. I don't like to be scared. I'm a person who has a lot of dreams when I sleep. So whatever I've watched on television or at the movies, at the cinema, before I go to bed, I usually dream about it. So if I watch a horror movie, I'm going to have a nightmare. I'm going to have a spooky movie for sure. So I try and avoid that. The problem with me is if I start to watch a movie, I commit. So I watch until the end, even if I don't like it. My husband says, why do you keep watching if you don't like it? He just clicks it off if he doesn't like it. I feel like I've committed, so I keep watching. So I've probably seen a lot of bad movies when other people would have just clicked off. Let's spin the wheel again. This one says, what's the last book you gave up on and stopped reading? Again, I'm committed. So if I start reading a book, which is very rare, I don't really read. I'm not a reader. If I do read a book, it's usually a book about a person, so a biography or an autobiography. I'm interested in people. And once I start reading, I don't like to put it down. So nothing else gets done at home. I don't want to cook dinner. I don't want to do any work. I don't want to work. I don't want to do anything. I just want to get into my book. So I try not to read, but every now and then I'll have a little look at a biography. But definitely don't read books that I don't like, not like the movies. I've probably I would not read one book a year. I've probably only read under 10 books since I left school. Next question on the wheel is pancakes or waffles? I don't like waffles, but I do like pancakes. So that one is pretty easy for me. So pancakes are pretty popular. How do I like my pancakes? I like my pancakes with choc chips inside. I like bacon and maple syrup on top. Oh, and some whipped cream, just a little bit of whipped cream. So yeah, sweet pancakes. I'm not into a lot of fruit on my pancakes, a lot of strawberries or blueberries. No, but that bacon, oh, I gotta love that. Next question is, what's the story behind one of your scars? Well, I'm lucky enough to not have very many scars. I have a scar on my finger, on the inside of my finger, just here. The story behind it is I wanted to cook some chicken for dinner. Oh, let me think when this was. This would have been in definitely in the 1980s. So I was in my 20s, early 20s. And my chicken was frozen. The pieces of chicken were frozen together, and I wanted to separate them. So I got a big knife and I proceeded to ram the knife. Let me see if I can give an example. To ram the knife in between the layers and then separate. Well, I rammed it really hard and it went through the chicken and into my finger. There was a lot of blood and I didn't know what to do. And I was home alone. I lived alone at that time. So I called my brother and he jumped in his car and he came over to my house. And I said, oh, I think I might have to go to the hospital. I might have to get stitches. I need them to sew up this big, deep gash in my finger. And he looked at it and he said, I think you should put the kettle on and make me a cup of coffee. So we had coffee instead. So we didn't do anything about the finger, and now I have a scar. But we had coffee and that was nice. Okay, I'm going to spin that wheel again. Oh, what was the best compliment you've ever received? Unfortunately, I have a bad memory, so I probably don't remember the best compliment I ever received. I remember when I was younger, I couldn't receive compliments. I didn't know how to. I wasn't really comfortable receiving compliments. But then I decided I was worthy of compliments. So instead of saying, oh, no, 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 I would say, thank you. That's very kind of you. So I don't know. I've been told lots of different things, complimentary things about myself, that I'm a good friend. That means a lot to me. People always tell me I'm a good friend. So maybe that's it. Let's spin that wheel again. Oh, this is interesting. Who are some of your heroes? I'd love to know what you think. Who are some of your heroes? My dad is probably one of my heroes. He's probably my biggest hero. I don't know where to start. He was a generous, brave, inspirational gentleman. Unfortunately, he's passed away or died now many years ago. But when I think about him and my mum, they're my heroes. They did everything for us. They were everything to me. And my mum still is. So they're my heroes. I can't say that there was a special teacher in my life or a coach. I didn't play sport. So no one like that, but definitely when my father entered a room, people whispered, people, oh, he's here, he's here. People were excited that he'd arrived and everybody went to greet him at the door. He was so respected by everybody he knew. So, wow, I can't imagine what it's like for that to happen. So it's never going to be me. Maybe they'll be whispering, oh, she's here, but it won't be for the right reasons. That's okay, I don't mind. Next question on the wheel. Oh, we already did that one. It's a pretty small wheel. Oh, what talent would you show off in a talent show? How long have you got? I don't know if I could ever think about I'm not very talented. I can't sing. I don't dance. I don't juggle. I don't juggle. I do have one funny little thing I do, but I can't do it. It's a little embarrassing. I might try comedy. I think I could have a go at comedy. I'm not afraid, as you can see, to talk to strangers. So, yeah, maybe I could have a go at a bit of a comedy routine. I love watching comedy routines. And sometimes I think, oh, yeah, I could do that. I don't know if I'm going to be funny or if anyone would laugh. Maybe they'll be laughing at me, not with me. Oh, what's your favorite candy? When I was younger, I didn't really have a sweet tooth. That means I didn't enjoy sweet food. I preferred savory food. So I didn't have a sweet tooth. But now that I'm a bit older, I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. Favorite candy? I love cheap candy. So if I eat chocolate, which is a very rare occasion, I like cheap chocolate. I don't want your fancy Belgium chocolate or Dubai chocolate. I did go to Dubai and I saw chocolate everywhere, but I didn't buy any. I just want your cheap supermarket shelf chocolate. That's for me. So I'm going to say, and I love like red frogs. We have these red frogs or snakes alive, they're called. They are just pure sugar with food coloring. Probably not the best thing to eat, but hey, that's what I like. That's what the wheel asked. That's my answer. Next question is, who's one of your best friends? And what do you love about them? One of my best friends lives in a different city. Well, both of my best friends live in a different city to me. And so I'll think about one of them for now. What do I love about her? I love that we don't talk often, but when we do, it's meaningful. I love that I can talk about anything to her. I'm never embarrassed. And I think that's the secret to a best friend. We're really honest with each other. So if one of us says something the other one doesn't like, we can say, I don't like that. If one of us is wearing something the other one doesn't like, we can say, you're not wearing that. So I think it's just the honesty and the connection, and to know that I can pick up the phone and call anytime and they're going to be there for me. That's what it means to me to be a best friend. Okay, let's look at the next question. Spin that wheel. What's your favorite go-to dance move? I have not been dancing. I haven't danced for years, so I don't think I have a go-to dance move. This body's not moving very much at all these days, so I think it's just going to be a little bit of a foot shuffle. Yeah, I don't really know. I can remember over different times of my life when I have had favorite dance moves on the dance floor, and it changed as fashions changed, so and the music changed. So did the dance moves, but I don't have one now. I don't dance. What's something you wish you'd figured out sooner? Oh, wow. There's probably a million things, but probably that it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you thought was important, it really doesn't matter. As long as I'm happy and I'm honest, that's all that matters. There have been so many things in my life that I thought were really important at the time, and now they don't matter. So it's simple. It doesn't matter. And maybe that if I can't fix it, don't stress over it. There's no point stressing over something I can't fix. I can fix a lot of things. I'm a bit of a fixer, and I can concentrate and get down to business and fix problems. But if I can't fix it, I'm not going to stress over it. And I didn't learn that until later in life. Well, I think we'll just look at one more question. This is so random, this wheel. If you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be? Well, maybe a potato. I'm going to say a potato. I think I'm a potato. I'm a bit round and chunky and not a perfect shape. You know, potatoes are all different shapes. So I think that's me. I'm not a perfect shape, and I'm a bit round, and potatoes grow under the ground in the dirt, in the dark, and I love the dark. That's a whole other story. I really love the dark. So yeah, I'm going to be a potato. From now on, you can call me Cat the Potato. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm just going to sit on the couch and watch some television and relax, and maybe even have a little nap, which is a small sleep, nap. And I'll catch you again tomorrow. Thank you for listening to me. I hope I haven't been too tired looking for you. And I'll see you next time tomorrow. Bye.